Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. This will be the first video of the adulting series, and we will be talking about being alone because a lot of people don't actually know that there is a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being lonely means you're seeking for the social interactions because you just think you are having too less of that. But being alone means you're actually being alone by choice because when you're becoming an adult, you will have to be alone at certain times just because you will be needing to be alone to get to know yourself, knowing what you like, knowing what your boundaries are. Because of course, it's nice having friends, even a boyfriend, even a girlfriend, but if you don't know who you are, other people won't be able to answer that question for you. That's why you need to be alone. Of course, it might sound scary of thinking, oh my gosh, I need to be alone in order to know who I am. I'm not saying that in order, but it helps you because being alone, you will be forced in a way to focus on yourself, learning who you are, what you stand for, who you want to be when around other people. For example, me myself, I learned so many new things about myself. I even got so much more confidence because I now know what my boundaries are. I'm a lot bolder now, for example, and also it just helps you. For example, imagine you had like a long-term relationship, but sadly it didn't work out and you're jumping from relationship to relationship. For example, you just had your relationship, long term one was beautiful, but it didn't work out. And then you said, okay, I'm just going to search for the next one. The next relationship will not be successful. I'm not necessarily saying it won't be because there's also a possibility that it will be, but most of the relationships that you have from jumping from relationship to relationship will not be successful because you haven't given yourself the time to um, heal, to your time to being alone. Because if you're in a relationship, you're committing to someone else and you don't have this like alone mindset, if that makes sense. So what I always recommend is if you had a long-term relationship, give yourself at least a year of just being alone because you need to heal from whatever you need to heal from, be it just knowing how to be alone again. Because you have been born alone, so you should be able, because if you are not satisfied with being alone, you won't be able to get any satisfaction out of any friendship or um, relationship. Because in order to get into a healthy relationship or friendship, you will need to be able to say, okay, I'm okay with who I am happy with who I am, I'm proud of who I am. But in order to reach that goal or that specific thing, you will need to be able to actually know who you are, and this will only happen get if you sit down with yourself and reflect on what you've done. This can be journaling, um, having a diary, um, a blog, just something that you can reflect on. What are things I need to work on? Because it is a lot easier to reflect on yourself when you're by yourself because you don't have the outer influences. But becoming an adult, you will need to be alone at certain times to evolve, to develop, to become the best version of yourself. And it is just something that sounds scary, but it's actually not, because of course at first it will be something unknown, because society has always put in having friends and this and that is the best, but you cannot have healthy friendships or relationships if you're not happy with who you are. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.